Jai Gurudev students, in the fourth part we had completed the theorems of parallel line. Now we will see the fourth problem of exercise 6.2. In the figure, if PQ is parallel to ST, angle PQR is equal to 110 degree, angle RST is equal to 130 degree, find QRS. Now see in this figure, they had given this figure PQR is equal to 110 degree. They had given again TSR 130 degree, and they said here that is PQ is parallel to ST. And also in the problem they had given the hint, draw a line parallel to ST through the point R. Point R through we have to draw one line which is parallel to ST. Okay, so this is a construction which we have to do. Given PQ is parallel to ST, angle PQR is equal to 110 degree, angle RST is equal to 130 degree. Find the angle QRS, means QRS we have to find this angle. Okay. Construction, draw a line AB parallel to ST, means here we have to one line which we have to draw that is parallel to ST, and already ST is parallel to PQ, means PQ will be parallel to AB. Lines parallel to the same line are parallel to each other, we will apply. Let's see the solution. PQ is parallel to ST, it's a given. By construction, AB parallel to ST. Therefore, PQ is a parallel to AB, means this PQ is also parallel to AB. On using the theorem, lines parallel to the same line are parallel to each other. Now we will see that is ST is parallel to AB, means RB we will take. Now you are finding, I had drawn here the short diagram, that is ST is parallel to RB. So these are the interior angle, and we know interior angles are supplementary. That's why TSR plus SRB is equal to 180 degree. Out of that TSR they have given 130 degree. So we will get SRB, angle SRB, which is equal to 180 degree minus 130 degree. Therefore, angle SRB is equal to 50 degree. Next, that is we had seen here as PQ is parallel to AB, means PQ is also parallel to AR. Now, we had find here as QR is a transversal. This is a QR is a transversal of these two lines. Means see here that diagram also I had drawn here PQ, and here is AB parallel. So this angle and this angle is a alternate angle. So when the lines are parallel, alternate angles are equal. Therefore, angle PQR is equal to QRB. So QRB we got here as 110 degree, because PQR they had given 110 degree. But QRB is made by two angles, that is angle QRS plus angle SRB, which is equal to 110 degree. Out of that SRB, just we had find this from this equation 150 degree. That's why we will get QRS is equal to 110 degree minus 50 degree, means angle QRS is equal to 60 degree. Means in this problem we have to do the construction, that is parallel line. Without parallel line we can't prove these, we can't solve this problem. Now the fifth problem. In the figure, if AB is parallel to CD, angle APQ is equal to 50 degree and angle PRD is equal to 127 degree, find X and Y. Are you finding? This is AB is parallel to CD. Here one triangle we had drawn on these two parallel lines, that here AP means AB is parallel to CD and PQ if we will say as a transversal, then this angle is equal to this. Why? Because alternate angle. That's why we will get the value of x is equal to 50 degree because of a alternate angle. Now again, AB is parallel to CD and PR is a transversal. That's why this complete angle is equal to this 127 degree. The reason same alternate angle. But angle APR is equal to PRD, which is equal to alternate angle. APR is made by 50 degree plus y. That's why 50 degree plus y, which is equal to 127 degree. That is y is equal to 127 degree minus 50 degree, means the value of y we got here 77 degree. Sixth problem. In the figure, PQ and RS are the two mirrors placed parallel to each other. This PQ and RS are the two mirrors and they are parallel to each other. An incident ray AB strikes the mirror PQ at a B. This AB is an incident ray. It strikes the mirror PQ at which point? B. The reflected ray moves along the path BC. It is incident, obvious, from that point it will be a reflected, and this reflected ray where it goes on the mirror RS, but for mirror RS that reflected ray become a incident ray, strikes the mirror at RS at a C and again reflects back along CD. Prove that AB is parallel to CD. And when these reflected ray from the PQ mirror, it reflects it incident on the RS mirror, and from there again it is reflected. Okay, means here in this figure what they had given, PQ is parallel to RS. These two mirrors are parallel to each other. To prove that AB, which is incident ray we are calling, and CD is a reflected ray of mirror RS are parallel to each other, we had to prove. For that we had to do. Draw the normals. Everyone knows the normals. When we are thinking about the incident ray and reflected ray, normal required. Without normal it can't be possible. Normal means perpendicular. MB perpendicular to PQ we have to draw, and NC perpendicular we have to draw to RS. Okay, now we have to see the solution. This is a construction. Now BM is a perpendicular to PQ and NC is a perpendicular to RS, but both the that is perpendicular lines means PQ and RS are parallel to each other. That's why perpendicular line is also parallel to each other. On which basis we are saying perpendiculars drawn to the parallel lines are parallel to each other. That's why these normals are also parallel to each other. So BM and CM are the two parallel lines. BC is a transversal. I had drawn here the diagram PQ and RS. Okay, here BM is parallel to NSC, and that's why we can say here already. Just look in the figure. Here I had given the name angle 1, angle 2, incident ray 1, reflected ray 2. Then again this incident ray 3, and this is a 4. Okay. It is convenient to prove that. That's why I mention the angle name is a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So when we are saying here as MB is parallel to NSC, we will say the alternate angles are equal, mean angle 2 is equal to 3. However, we knows very well by the laws of reflection, angle 1 is equal to angle 2, angle 3 is equal to 4. So when we are saying, when we are equating this, 1 is equal to 2, 2 is equal to 3 and 3 is equal to 4, means all four angles are equal to each other. From 1 and 2, in place of a 2 I will write as a 1, and in place of a 3 I will write as a 4. And when I will do the addition of 1 and this is a 3, this we will call this 3. Addition we will do, left to left we will add and right to right, means angle 1 plus 2 is equal to angle 3 plus 4. So angle 1 plus 2 becomes angle ABC in the figure you will get, and 3 plus 4 means BCD. But they are the pair of alternate angles formed by the lines. Which lines? AB and CD. This is AB and this is a CD. This is AB and this is a CD. Just I had told to you ABC. This angle is equal to BCD. That's why we can say these lines are also parallel to each other by converse of alternate angle theorem. Angle sum property of the triangle. From the lower classes, from the 4th or 5th, when you had learned the triangle, from that time you know that is sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. But how it comes, that we don't know, the proof we don't know. But in this lesson we had to prove that the angle sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. How? We will see. Given ABC is a triangle given. To prove that angle 1A, angle B, angle C, their sum is equal to 180 degree. But for that we have to do the construction, that we have to draw a line PQ parallel to BC. And it is passing through the vertex A. So the proof, PQ is parallel to BC. That's why, and if AB is a transversal, then angle 4, and here maybe you are finding in the figure and given the angle name as a 1, I denoted angle A as a 1, 2, angle B as a 2, 3, and this is a 4 and this is a 5. Means PQ is parallel to BC and AB is a transversal. That's why angle 4 is equal to angle 2. Alternate angles. Again, that is PQ is parallel to BC, but now AC is a transversal. That's why angle 5 is equal to angle 3. Now linear pair we had learned already. Now we know very well that is angle on the line, whatever the angles are going to make, that is from one vertex, their sum is a 180 degree. Angle 4 plus angle 4 plus angle 1 plus angle 5 is equal to 180 degree. Okay, here you are finding, I had written here linear pair, but 4 is nothing but 2, so in place of 4 I will write angle 2. 1 is as it is. Angle 5 is equal to 3, so I will write here as angle 3, which is equal to 180 degree from equation 1 and 2. What is angle 1? We had denote A, that's why I will write A. Angle 2 B. Angle 3 is denoted as angle C, which is equal to 180 degree. Next theorem, exterior angle property. Theorem 6.8, in a triangle exterior angle is equal to the sum of two opposite interior angle. Given ABC is a triangle, I extend BC to the point D so that ACD I got as an exterior angle. We have to show that angle ACD is equal to angle A plus angle B. How? Now this is called as a exterior angle, and these angles called as a opposite interior angle, because this exterior's adjacent is angle 3. Okay. Now this is given, we had written ACD is exterior angle of the triangle ABC. To prove that, angle ACD is equal to CAB plus angle ABC. In the triangle ABC, we know very well that is angle sum property of the triangle. Angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180 degree. Angle sum property of the triangle. Just we had proved the theorem. This exterior angle we had called as a 4. Number 4 we had written 1, 2, 3, 4. You know that is angle 3 plus angle 4 is nothing but 180 degree because linear pair. So from 1 and 2, RHS is equal 180 degree 180 degree, therefore LHS is equal. So angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to angle 3 plus angle 4. This is the left hand side of this equation. This is again left hand side of this equation. From equal side, both the angle 3 we will cut. So what we will get? Angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to angle 4. And 4 or we can write as angle 4 is equal to angle 1 plus angle 2. 4 we had denoted as a ACD. Angle 1 we had denoted as a BAC, and plus angle 2 is ABC.